English Grammar, Lesson 12. Conditionals, as you should know from my earlier lessons, are statements with two parts. There's a condition and there's a result. The condition is usually expressed with the word if. In reported speech, conditional statements need special attention. They'll be the focus of this lesson. In this lesson, we'll answer one main question. How do we report conditional statements? Let's first remember what conditional statements are. Here are three examples. If you had told me sooner about your birthday, we could have had a party. If you want, we'll go out to dinner. If I were a better cook, I'd make dinner for you myself. All three statements have two parts, a condition and a result. The condition is expressed by if. Most conditionals are expressed this way. Now the question is, if these are examples of quoted speech, how would you report them? Well, let's look at them one at a time. Example 1. Sean says, "If you had told me sooner about your birthday, we could have had a party." How will you report Sean's words? Will you change his verbs? No, past perfect doesn't change in reported speech, and perfect modals also don't change. So the reported statement is, Sean said, "If I had told him sooner about my birthday, we could have had a party." The verbs don't change. Example 2. Sean says, "If you want, we'll go out to dinner." Will you change the verbs when you report his words? Yes, as you'll recall from previous lessons, simple present changes to simple past. Will changes to would. The reported statement is, Sean said, "If I wanted, we would go out to dinner." Is there a pattern? Meaning, is there some kind of rule? Yes, there is. Verb tenses don't change in unreal or unlikely conditional statements. Verb tenses change in real or likely conditional statements. Let's look back at our first two examples. Example 1. Sean said, "If I had told him sooner about my birthday, we could have had a party." Here, the verb tenses did not change because we were dealing with an unreal condition in the past. If I had told him sooner. Example 2. Sean said, "If I wanted, we would go out to dinner." Here, the verb tenses did change. We changed them because we were dealing with a real or likely condition, if I want. Now let's look at example 3. Sean says, "If I were a better cook, I'd make dinner for you myself." Will we change the verb tenses when we report his words? No, there are no changes to unreal verbs. We have an unreal condition, "if he were a better cook." So the reported statement is, Sean said if he were a better cook, he would make dinner for me himself. It's time now for our first exercise on reporting conditional statements. Let's see how well you understand when we need to make changes to the verbs. Exercise 1. Read the quoted speech. Decide if it is necessary to change the verb tenses in reported speech. Let's start with an example. Miriam says, "If we didn't have birthdays, we'd lose the chance to celebrate our friendships." If you report Miriam's words, will there be any changes to the verb tenses? No. This is an unreal conditional statement, so the verb tenses do not change. The reported statement is, Miriam said that if we didn't have birthdays, we'd lose the chance to celebrate our friendships. Number 1. Saul says, "If I can save enough money, I'm going to buy a plane ticket home and celebrate my birthday with my family." In reported speech, will there be any changes to the verb tenses? Yes, because Saul used a real or likely conditional. The reported statement is, Saul said that if he could save enough money, he was going to buy a plane ticket home and celebrate his birthday with his family. Now try number 2. Travis says, if I give my girlfriend these roses and tell her I'm sorry, she might forgive me for forgetting her birthday. In reported speech, will the verb tenses change? Yes, with the exception of might. Might doesn't change. So the reported statement is, Travis said if he gave his girlfriend those roses and told her he was sorry, she might forgive him for forgetting her birthday. Number 3. Anya says, if I could have one wish for my birthday, I'd wish for a trip around the world with a few close friends. In reported speech, will the verb tenses change? No, because Anya used an unreal conditional. The reported statement is, Anya said that if she could have one wish for her birthday, she'd, or she would, wish for a trip around the world with a few close friends. You're ready for the next exercise. It's time for you to decide when and how to make changes in the reported statements. Exercise 2. We're heading back to the bakery. Listen to the people speak. Report each statement. Make all possible changes. We'll start with an example. Listen to Al, the baker.
If you refrigerate a cake, you can keep it 1 week.
What did he say? Here are his words. Is it possible to change the verb tenses? Yes. It's not necessary if this is immediate reporting or a general truth, but for this exercise, we'll make the possible changes. Al said that if you refrigerated a cake, you could keep it for 1 week. Now you try number 1. Listen to Alicia, an assistant at the bakery.
You might want to get a bigger cake if there's going to be more than 8 people.
What did she say? Here are her words. How will you report them? Assuming this is not immediate reporting and much time has passed, the verb tenses will change. The reported statement is, Alicia looked at the small cake and told Jennifer that she might want to get a bigger cake if there were going to be more than 8 people. Number 2. Listen again to Alicia.
If you want, we can write something on the cake.
What did she say? Here are her words. How will you report them? The reported statement is, Alicia told Jennifer that if she wanted, they could write something on the cake. Number 3. Listen to Jennifer. If I had had more time, I would have baked a cake myself. What did she say? Here are my words. Remember, I'd like you to report them in the third person. The reported statement is, Jennifer said that if she had had more time, she would have baked a cake herself. I'd like to say thank you to the owners and staff at the DeFusco & Son Italian Bakery in North Andover, Massachusetts for allowing me to film on site. Thank you, Al, Joan, and Alicia. That's right, there's still more to come. In following lessons, we'll talk about reporting questions, reporting commands, and using other reporting verbs. Additional practice is available at EnglishCafe.com. My username is Jennifer ESL. The follow-up exercise to this lesson is now available. You can also use the direct link in the video description. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy studies.